潮玩飛鏢 All About Darts。
各位聽眾，我哋歡迎大家嚟到呢一個我哋嘅節目啦。有一次就係 All About Darts 或者係潮玩飛鏢啊。我係你嘅 host Robert Mark。今日我哋亦都有 co-host 你大家熟悉嘅 James Bond Bond，and 仲有我哋一位朋友新嚟嘅 Cliff Whitty。So to welcome everybody to our show again and all about darts. And today we have me, your host Robert, and a co-host Bong. And we also have a guest today, Cliff Whitty. Cliff is a what we call an ambassador, an informal ambassador, Canadian ambassador to the U.S. Cape Cod area in the area of darts. So welcome, Cliff, to the show. And Bong, how are you?
Well, thank you for having me.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are presenting to you Cliff Whitty, the Toronto's ambassador.
Okay, let me start off by asking Cliff. Cliff, tell me a little bit about yourself. Where's your hometown? What you do, and when you get into darts, and what are you doing right now?
Well, let's see. I was born and raised in Toronto. I've lived all over Ontario. In the past several years, I've been down to Massachusetts quite a bit. I have friends down there, and I go down to play darts.
各位聽眾，咁咧就係Cliff 啱同我哋介紹佢自己咧，就係話佢咧佢係土生土長嘅多倫多人嚟嘅。咁佢亦都喺度做咗好多嘢。咁佢最近咧就開始呢10零年咧，就開始落去我哋呢個麻薩諸塞州啊 Massachusetts 波士頓嘅 area， 再過啲大家有好多釣魚嘅人或者去過旅遊嘅，去個 Cape Cod 嘅地方時時落去嘅。Okay, so Cliff, tell us again. When did you start going down to Cape Cod, and what do you do down there, and what sort of friends you make down there?
Well, I already have friends down there, and I wanted to play darts down there. I go down to visit. It's such a beautiful area. You can't not want to go. Once you've been there once, you want to keep going back. The friends that I've made down there are from going out and playing darts. I wanted to play darts and find places in Cape Cod that had darts, and it's been fun.
OK， Cliff 咧就同我哋講啦，佢即係佢中意落去嗰個地方，佢有啲朋友喺嗰度，咁於是咧就習以為常啦。到咗而家每一年都要去嘅。咁大家都知道，如果去個 Cape Cod 咧係一個好靚地方，喺海邊嘅。咁咧就嗰度咧亦都有啲鯨魚可以睇啊，有魚可以釣啊，有好多好靚嘅海產。我多年前都去過嘅。See, I have been in Cape Cod myself, and it's a very nice place, seaside resort kind of. And we see whales there. We can go out, me and my family, spend a good fun time down there. And it's a really enjoyable place, especially in summer. So it's a good place not just to play darts, but visit as well. So so what kind of places do they have, and how big roughly is Cape Cod itself, Cliff?
Well, Cape Cod would take you at least an hour to drive once you get into Cape Cod, right out to the tip in Provincetown.
Right.
They have a lot of very good pubs for pub darts, and they have the Moose Lodge as well. And the Moose Lodge is a very good spot for darts. They hold annual events, and they have, up to 20 boards, I believe, all told throughout the place when they have to.
OK， 咁咧其實咧就如果你一路去到海邊嘅時候咧，有一個 Cape Cod 係一個好大嘅地區嚟，有一個地方叫 Provincetown 我都去過啦，去到。咁而由 Cape Cod 嗰度揸去都仲要1個鐘頭。咁如果你話由多倫多去咧，就要差唔多12個鐘頭嘅。 咁去到嗰度嘅時候呢，咁佢哋嗰度呢有好多好嘅酒吧啦，有一個Moose Lodge 咁樣啦，咁佢哋咧每年都有啲 event 嘅，有啲地方有成20個吧可以俾你掟飛鏢嘅。So I know Provincetown is a very interesting place in summer. Food is good and everything else. So from what time of the year are you down there, Cliff? Are you down there in summer or winter, and does it make any difference?
I go down at all times of the year. It's absolutely a beautiful place. Winter, fall, spring, summer, doesn't matter. It's just a beautiful, beautiful place, and the people are great. The people that live there all the time, they're really wonderful people, great to play darts with, great sportsmen, and they know their game too.
OK， 咁呢個地方呢，真係全年都可以去嘅。我哋嘅 friend Cliff 呢，又全年都有落到去嗰個地方嗰度嘅。咁至於佢去到嗰個地方嘅時候呢，就發覺啲人又好友善啊，大家好中意玩飛鏢嘅。And one of the things about it is that you mentioned to me earlier that even the language for darts are different down there in Massachusetts than up here in Canadian. I guess we always thought of American, Canadian, there's very little difference. But I guess we could be wrong. It goes from place to place.
Well, yeah, this is true. It's just a little bit different, like the difference between, we call it a bullseye or a bull, they call it a cork. We call it a blind draw double, they have LOD or luck of the draw.
So 有好多唔同嘅方言啦，係改咗嘅。咁譬如我哋呢度就叫做 bullseye 啦，咁佢哋響下邊咧就唔叫佢 bullseye 嘅，佢叫做 cork 嘅。OK， 咁即係水蟲咁嘅意思啦，差唔多，因為嗰個係個標靶製造出嚟嘅嘢嚟嘅。咁亦都係有啲嘢我哋叫佢我哋呢度叫 luck of draw， 佢叫 blind draw 嘅，佢叫即係盲目嘅 draw 嘅，即係抽出嚟。Oh, that's all very interesting, and you find a lot of people down there playing. Would there be being such a place? Older people playing, or just all kinds of ages down there?
It's darts people of all ages. It's everybody plays. It's the same as everywhere else. What I find, it's not just a young person's sport or an old person's sport. It's actually everybody gets involved.
Oh, it was just in my mind that it could be predominantly more retired people, But then again, if you think about it, it's a resort, and there's a lot of young people down in that area, if I recall. So I suppose it could be very homogeneous. 我都話相信。即係我最初以為或者都會有啲年齡嘅唔同啊，嗰度啲人玩嘅一定係老一啲嘅，但係唔係喎。你雖然嗰度有好多人退咗休中意落去住，或者係要度假，但係其實我落過去都有好多後生仔，咁即係無年限嘅玩飛鏢呢樣嘢係咪？大家隨心嘅啫。Cliff, you mentioned some good places around there. You mentioned a Chinese restaurant.
Yes.
I find it really, really strange that Chinese restaurant will have dartboards there for people to go up there and play. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it's the Golden Palace, and the first time I was looking for people to play against, I went to this place called Red Face Jack's, where the dartboards were kind of okay, but they had tile floor, ceramic floor. It wasn't good.
So is this Golden Palace near Provincetown, or is it?
The Golden Palace is in Dennis, and it's right on Route 28. It's a nice little spot. Really good food. Love the food there, and the beer's cheap, or wine, whatever you like.
Are they just outside of Provincetown?
Oh no, Provincetown is 45 minutes from there.
Oh, so it's closer to.
It's in the middle of the Cape.
Oh, it's the middle of the Cape.
If you look at the Cape as an arm flexing a muscle, it's in the middle. It's right kind of in the middle.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people may want to know this because a lot of our Chinese audience may want to go down on location. And they would want to visit a Chinese restaurant. After all, there might be good food there. You never know. Some of the strangest adventures I had traveling in my early years involved going to unknown places, and all of a sudden you find a Chinese restaurant, and I said, geez, it must be some kind of Canadian or American Chinese food. And sometimes I got surprised because they serve authentic Chinese food. I'll talk about that adventure some other time. But let me carry on with here and talk to our other side of the audience about this place. Cliff 同我哋講話呢個有一間叫做 Golden Palace 嘅我唔知佢或者金殿啦，可以翻譯做嘅中國餐館咧，佢成日去掟飛鏢喎嗰度咧就響呢個 Cape Cod 同埋即係出咗少少嘅位置嘅。咁我相信如果大家有興趣落去嘅時候咧，都或者會去一啲中國餐館嗰度，因為即係話晒最低限度，我成日都話係要食嘢嘅時候咧。就一定要揾個好嘅地方，係咪？因為周時咧成日喺啲山卡拉嘅地方，我都試過揾到一啲好好嘅中國食肆。我哋作為中國人咧，成日都想食中國嘢。最低限度，就算佢啲係整啲外國人餐嘅，始終都係如果我揾到中國餐館，最低限度可以食翻碟炒飯啊嘛。OK， 嗱咁我哋而家不如去到呢一度咁上下，我哋休息一陣，我哋可以去。客戶嘅消息，一陣間再翻嚟，再同大家講訪問Cliff。OK， 唔該你。
華語電台着數多，
一卡在手冇錯過。
Canadian Chinese Radio Jet to Card Special。
O'Connor Dental Care 全科牙醫服務，緊急護理、美白、種牙、箍牙專家，憑質素卡享9折。地址1871號 O'Connor Drive， 電話416-759-0895。
For all your dental needs plus savings on denture whitening braces and wisdom tooth extraction, visit O'Connor Dental Care, 1871 O'Connor Drive, Toronto, 416-759-0895。
Tikka 印度美食，美味燒雞、傳統咖喱、燒薄餅，食過翻尋味。另有純素食食譜，地址喺6001號14街，電話905-2016-767，質素卡享有85折優惠。
Tikka Indian Delight at 6001 14th Avenue, Markham, 905-201-6767. Jitsu Card 15% off。
飛鏢運動除強身健體之餘，仲可訓練頭腦，又可認識新朋友。由 Multicultural Dart Association 主辦嘅飛鏢訓練班現已接受報名，享譽國際嘅 Peter Scott 同飛鏢占士邦親自教導，5堂課程包用具，只需50蚊。報名及查詢電話416-496-9633。
Learn to play darts with Peter Scott and James Bong Faldas at Multicultural Darts Association. 5 sessions, equipment included, only $50. Please call 416-496-9633 for further details.
質素卡申請及查詢電話416-496-9633。華語電台着數多，一卡在手冇錯過。
潮玩飛鏢 All About Darts。
We are going to now let me turn over my hosting responsibility to Bong for a second。嗱，各位，我而家又翻咗嚟啦。咁咧，我哋咧而家咧就由我哋嘅 co-host 幫佢問我哋嘅嘉賓一啲問題嘅。Okay, let's carry on. Bong, it's yours.
I have known Cliff Withy for the past years, playing at the Royal Canadian Legions and some of the blind draw doubles all over the places in Metro Toronto. But for the sake of our audience, I would like to ask Cliff Withy, when did you start playing darts and how did you enjoy it? Can you share it to our listeners?
Well, I started in my early 20s, Bong. I was out in a bar, and some people brought some darts. There was a board up, and we started playing, and I found it quite interesting. And I actually found out that I was not too bad. I could actually win some games.
Oh, without telling people your age, how many years have you been playing since then?
About 32 or 33 years.
OK，各位觀眾，咁啊，最初邦咧就問我哋嘉賓，佢話究竟你點樣開始玩飛鏢嘅咧？大約咩年紀咧？佢話佢廿幾歲嗰陣時就去酒吧度咁飲下酒，咁突然間有啲人就攞啲咁嘅飛鏢出嚟啊，俾佢玩啊，咁佢就上咗癮啦，一玩就玩咗30幾年咯喎。And that's a really good point. So, what do you think?
You have a little bit more experience than me, Cliff. For the past 29 years that I've been playing darts in Metro Toronto and North America. Are you still the fire on yourself to play darts?
Oh, I love playing. I love meeting people. It's not always just about winning. It's having fun. Darts is really about having fun and socializing.
OK， 咁而家其實玩呢個飛鏢呢樣嘢咧，阿邦佢自己都話：哇！你一個仲老前輩過我喎，32年，我都係玩咗29年啫喎。咁啊 Cliff 咧就話即係咁樣嘅，即係玩呢樣嘢咧，即係好有興趣嘅。咁當然會繼續玩落去。And that means that you are going to continue play darts and going down to US and meeting people there, and I consider it as sort of a cultural exchange in a way. Let people get to know us better, and us to know them better. And what do you think is continuation? You think you're going to continue this for the longest time now with all the friendships?
I will continue this for as long as I possibly can. Darts is fun. The thing that kept me in darts was I got a 170 finish once.
Whoa!
Wow,
that's
we're going to talk about that in a minute. OK， 咁佢亦都講Cliff 咧，我哋嘅客人咧亦都講好有興趣作為一個可以大家同美國人溝通嘅大使飛鏢大使。咁佢嘅興趣又會繼續落去嘅，因為佢有啲好標炳嘅戰績。Let's carry on and ask our guests.
Before we go on, can I ask a question? What is your day job, Cliff?
Well, I actually sit on the board of the directors for Marshall Minerals Mining Corporation, as well as I do general house repairs. And handyman services.
Oh, OK。邦嘅職業咧就係佢而家仲響一間叫做即係呢間叫 Marshall Mineral 嘅公司嗰度喺一個礦產公司嗰度係做一個board of director 嘅，即係響佢哋嗰個理事會嗰度做董事嘅。咁當然唔係全職啦，咁佢亦都係有半職去玩下，即係做玩票咁樣，玩下啲裝修屋企咁嘢。咁即係都係半休狀態，半退休狀態，咁呢個好嘅。That's very good occupation, sort of semi-retired situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You've been playing darts for the past several years. What other sport are you playing, Cliff?
Well, I used to play football. I actually played football for most of my life, most of my adult life anyway. And I just finished about 2 years ago because, I'm getting a little old. My knees won't take it anymore.
Well, what sort of league would that be? Is that a sort of industrial league?
Well, there's actually the Ontario Trillium Football League, which does have semi-professional football players playing in it. Mm-hmm. I played on that for a few years. I've also played in pickup games and tournaments with a lot of different people.
Well, that's why you look so trim and fit. I'm really surprised.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah. And,
I look like 39 years old, but Cliff is only like 41 years old.
No, let's not get into that kind of contest here. Okay, let me get our audience to understand a little bit here. 我啱先講我話Cliff 我睇你都好似即係好身體好咩喎，唔係好龍種喎，好 fit 喎，咩事咧？佢話佢話佢原來係以前係打美式足球嘅，咁仲要半職業添，唔怪之啦，你都知啦，通常我哋去睇嗰啲有好多打嗰啲掟飛鏢嗰啲咧，都係個身體都有少少 hea 咗、啡咗咁。I was just saying to our audience here, about fitness. Even though we consider darts a sport, but sometimes I look at the tournaments, and these people who are playing darts, who are champions, a lot of them do have a bit of a pot belly. I guess that's from drinking.
That just goes with the beer.
You.
No. Well, I don't drink beer right now. I quit drinking beer. I just drink wine while I'm playing, which I do like. And what we do is we have captain's meetings, which is an excuse to go to the bar and buy a round of shots for your friends. And that's what we do.
OK， 咁即係其實除咗運動之外，Cliff 咧佢亦好少去飲酒嘅，佢已經戒咗啤酒噶啦。咁我話成日睇見啲大肥佬打飛鏢嘅嗰啲都係高手嚟嘅。咁我相信嗰啲就係因為啲人個人問題嘅啫。咁呢個it's a very good thing to keep them. So tell us a little bit about any league that you belong to, maybe.
Well, I play in I've played in the MTADL. I've played in. Right now, I'm currently playing in the Queen Street Dart League, which both are combined at the Premier Division now, and it's pretty much a citywide dart league.
And the number of members, do you have any idea?
Up to roughly around 300.
Oh, okay.
In the Queen Street Dart League alone, I believe the Metro Toronto Dart League has as many players. Darts is very big in Toronto with all the leagues that we do have. We have the Intercity, as well as the Scarborough Pub League, and then there's the West Toronto Bloor Street League.
But is there any particular location where the Queen Street Dart League has an office, place to meet, kind of like?
No, I believe when the officials that run our league have their meetings, they just pick a pub to go and have it in.
Okay, let me explain here that Cliff 咧佢咧就係一個Queen Street Dart League 即係皇后街 Dart League 嘅 member 嚟嘅。咁呢個係一個全市性嘅組織嚟嘅。亦都各位有聽過有個叫 Toronto Dart League 嘅更加大啦，但係佢呢個 Queen Street Dart League 本身都有成300個會員，所以都唔算細嘅。咁我相信大家都會知道，即係有咁多會員嘅時候咧，咁大家聚埋一齊揾一間酒吧去玩下咧，係絕對十分之好嘅一件事嚟嘅。So how many games or matches or meets do you do every month? Tell us a little bit about that yourself.
Well, I play Tuesday nights. I usually play Friday nights as well at a blind draw double at Legion Branch 11 on Dawes Road. I also play the blind draw doubles that they have at Branch 22, Royal Canadian Legion, on Woodbine at Mortimer. They do one on Monday nights.
Okay, so maybe twice a week you are actually playing?
Two to three times a week in the evening.
3 times, eh? I guess part of the thing that we want to get across to people is that you got to do more. You got to do enough to keep up the skills. It's like going to the gym. One of my New Year's resolution is to spend more time at the gym because it just. Not only am I wasting money not going there, but the body lets go. And you'll be surprised. Practice makes perfect. So 個人嚟講咧，Cliff 咧每個禮拜咧係玩2次嘅。咁因為呢個係好重要嘅，因為正如我所講，佢就因為如果唔玩嘅時候咧，好似我哋大家去做 gym 一樣，唔做咧就會啡咗。咁即係好似呢啲學藝一樣啫。如果你唔成日去打，你都係一樣做得唔好嘅。咁佢就話佢唔係淨係響呢個 Queen Street Dart League 嗰度嘅，佢有去啲唔同嘅地方去出賽嘅。 都係其實講嚟講去有好多都係例如嗰個 Royal Canadian 嘅Legion 啦，嗰啲地方通常都係好多比賽嘅。咁一個星期玩2次對佢嚟講咧，就可以令到佢本身嗰個技術咧keep 住咗，就唔會話有咩退化咁樣。咁所以咧呢個不斷咁樣推進咧，自己技術咧係好重要嘅。嗱，我哋而家咧講到呢度咧，又差唔多時間啦。我一去客戶廣告，我哋一陣翻嚟嘅時候，我同大家再訪問我哋今日嘅貴賓Cliff Whitty，OK？
華語電台着數多，
一卡在手冇錯過。
Canadian Chinese Radio Jet to Card Special。
O'Connor Dental Care 全科牙醫服務，緊急護理、美白、種牙、箍牙專家，憑質素卡向9折，地址1871號 O'Connor Drive， 電話416-759-0895。
For all your dental needs plus savings on denture whitening braces and wisdom tooth extraction, visit O'Connor Dental Care, 1871 O'Connor Drive, Toronto, 416-759-0895。
Tikka 印度美食，美味燒雞、傳統咖喱、燒薄餅，食過翻尋味。另有純素食食譜，地址喺6001號14街，電話905-2016767，追數街享有85折優惠。
Tikka Indian Delight at 6001 14th Avenue, Markham, 905-201-6767. Jitso Card 15% off。
飛鏢運動除強身健體之餘，仲可訓練頭腦，又可認識新朋友。由 Multicultural Dart Association 主辦嘅飛鏢訓練班現已接受報名，享譽國際嘅 Peter Scott 同飛鏢占士邦親自教導，5堂課程包用具，只需50蚊。報名及查詢電話416-496-9633。
Learn to play darts with Peter Scott and James Bong Faldas at Multicultural Darts Association. 5 sessions, equipment included, only $50. Please call 416-496-9633 for further details.
質素卡申請及查詢電話416-496-9633。華語電台着數多，一卡在手冇錯過。
潮玩飛鏢 All About Darts。
我哋又翻返嚟啦，我哋翻嚟我哋嘅節目All About Darts 或者潮玩飛鏢，我係你嘅 host Robert， 咁同我一齊嘅就係有邦啦，同埋我哋今日嘅貴賓Cliff Whitty。Welcome back audience to our program, and today we have our co-host Bong again and our guest Cliff Whitty. So I'll let Bong do some work here and continue with interviewing our hosts.
Okay, Cliff, what is your standing in the Dart League, your achievement and some goals? Can you share it to our radio listeners, please?
Well, I'm an A player. I would suggest a B player at times. I've played on the Premier League with the Toronto Gravediggers Dart team. We've several players on that team also play with me at the Legion Zone Shoots in quads. Andrew Drummond, Bob Fraser, and Glenn Rose. And we've won the Legion Zone Shoots a couple of times, and the district last year. And we made it to the provincials before we were taken out.
OK， 我哋咧就發覺原來阿 Cliff 咧佢都參加咗好多各種唔同嘅比賽嘅，咁佢其實差唔多去到呢個省嘅大賽嗰度先至俾人踢出局嘅啫。咁我諗呢個都係一個好嘅成績。So how many people were in the provincial stage? Did you say you were actually in the provincials, or did you not get into the provincials and get eliminated?
Oh no, we were in the provincials. We got eliminated. We were our own worst enemies that time. We had too much fun the night before.
And so can you say you were in the last, 16, 32, 8, 10, 4?
Yeah, we were definitely... No, we never made it to the... we never made it out of the preliminary rounds.
Okay, well, I can understand if you, as you say, that's one of the worst things you can have is just having too much fun when you go to a tournament or something, like any other sports, right?
That's true.
Yeah, I remind me so much about people talking about Super Bowl games, the players actually, if you're the first time there, you get all excited about the city, you go out there, have a drink, even though the coach said you shouldn't, and have lots of fun somewhere, and then your mind's off.
That's true.
Okay, so 我問阿 Cliff 我話，咁樣究竟去到呢個省嘅比賽裏頭，點解唔得啊？佢話話係咪真係貪玩之過咯？你知啦，凡係咁嘅嘢一定係走出去玩啊！之前一晚玩得太過盡啦，咁所以就唔係做得咁好啦。And well, okay, to carry on, what do you think, Bong? Is Cliff? Can Cliff tell us more?
Being a member of the Royal Canadian Legion, Queen Street Dart League, but you are not a member of the Moose Lodge Canada. Can you describe something why you joined the Moose Lodge in Cape Cod?
Well, yes, I made some really good friends down there, and they invited me to become a member. So I also found out that it was actually less expensive for me to become a member down there than it is up here.
Okay, 其實點解Cliff 會去咗呢個 Moose Lodge 喺 Cape Cod 嗰度咧做member 咧？咁都係啲朋友帶佢入去嘅。咁大家都知道呢度都有個 Moose Lodge 嘅，但係 Cliff 咧，哇！佢哋嗰度仲平喎。Is it really after the exchange? What kind of membership fees are we talking about roughly?
I believe it's like $45 a year. It's really not expensive.
Oh,
and it's a great community cause too, the Moose Lodge.
Yeah, and of course that's in American funds, but that's not much these days, huh?
That's not that much difference.
Yeah, 咁咧大約咧係45蚊嘅，佢話美金。咁我唔知呢度幾多錢啦，但係佢話都係叫做平啦，係咪？同埋嗰啲人真係好好喺嗰度。And I guess yeah.
You have met a lot of Canadian dart players who are very good internationally in Canada and some of the local tournaments. How about those players in Cape Cod? Can you mention some of the best players that you have met there?
Well, yes. Dennis Cotto is a very, very good darts player. He actually beat Dennis Priestley, and he's beaten John Lowe as well as played with them. Dennis Cotto's been the state champion a few times. I'm not exactly sure of the years, but excellent dart player and just generally all-round nice guy. And there's other great dart players there too. As far as women go, it would be Gillian Richmond. She's a Scotswoman that emigrated to the United States and lives in Cape Cod. She's very good. You'll find her at the Moose Lodge.
咁其實有好多嗰度咧都有好多高手嘅。我Cliff 咧就有得同我介紹一次。但係名字方面咧我唔講啦。有其中一個叫Dennis Cotto 係嘛？咁仲有其他啲各種各樣嘅高手喺嗰度。即係呢啲都係一個藏龍卧虎卧虎藏龍嘅地方。咁所以咧佢會話。Cape Cod 嗰度其實都有好多高手，而佢有機會同我哋較量咧，佢都覺得佢得益不少嘅。
You had been playing darts, and you have played with your son in the dart league. What was the feeling if you're playing with the members of your family, aside from your member of your friends circle or something?
It doesn't bother me. It's no effect. I try to teach my son to play, and it's just like any other father-son competition. The sons never listen.
I remember. I remember trying to teach family members to drive. That's one of the biggest things that people have to understand is that is 5 times more difficult than to teach a friend how to drive, because whatever you agree or disagree on brings out a lot of animosity that really hurts the relationship. Whether you say, "Oh, it's just a game," but friends, it seems to be more acceptable because
Yeah.
they look at you as a different kind of companion.
Well,
right?
that's true. That's true.
Yeah，我再講一講咧，就係佢究竟係講緊教一個普通嘅朋友同教一個家庭嘅成員有咩分別？咁我就用我經驗講，我話即係好似教車一樣啦嚇，即係5倍咁艱難啊！因為無論點樣都好啦，教家庭成員嘅時候咧，一定會有啲傷感情嘅情況出現嘅。咁呢一個咧就一定係唔好嘅。咁如果有辦法嘅話，盡量都冇教自己嘅家庭，應該係教朋友。朋友咧就最多嬲一次就算，或者係乜嘢可以解釋清楚。屋企咧一定傷感情嘅。
You heard about the Multicultural Dart Association that trains darts players to be to learn basic and to improve their darts game.
Yes, Bob.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I'm actually interested. I might want to try that out.
For those who wanted to learn how to play darts, learn the basics, and improve their dart skill, you could contact us at 647-997-0808 for Chinese language, 647-712-5222 for English language.
OK， 咁啊，幫都係講緊俾緊啲資料我哋去做嘢嘅。OK， 咁咧就而家再繼續落去咧，我哋就再睇睇究竟係咩先。
There's a lot of dart players who had been playing in the league in the blind draw doubles or lack of draws, but they don't know how the number combinations. They don't know how to use the number combinations. Have you met a lot of dart players, something like this, Cliff?
Well, I find that if you do not know your number combinations, you're less likely to win the game. Even if you're a good shot, if you don't know what you're shooting at, it's going to give you a harder time when you got to hit that double. I have found a few people here and there. They don't know their outs, but you just try to help them along. With darts, it's repetition, and then you start to know what's good and what to shoot at, and it does take repetition to learn that.
咁其實好簡單嘅一樣嘢就係話若果飛鏢嘅時候玩飛鏢嘅時候，你如果又唔知道嗰啲分數嘅計法啦，又覺得係好複雜嘅時候，你就一定會亂一陣腳嘅。咁阿 Cliff 咧都係 offer 我哋一啲普通嘅 tips， 我哋以前都應該有講呢個問題㗎啦。
You're always playing with the same players at the Royal Canadian Legions. What is the chemistry there that it looks like you're having fun? It doesn't matter if you win or lose. You enjoy the whole day playing darts, Cliff?
Well, yeah, it's fun. You get to see your friends once a week. It's the same when I go to Cape Cod. I have 2 friends down there in Cape Cod that I really like to see. Bill Smith and Darren Eldridge, they're great guys. It's the same down there as it is here with all of my friends up here. It's a fun night. You try your best to do what you can to win the game. But you do it in form of having fun, and it's nice to see these people, and they're good shots, and we like to have a few jokes.
Yeah, I think so too. Is part of the idea is to exchange with friends. 其實玩飛鏢呢樣嘢最緊要都係有 feel 嘅，大家同朋友交流，所以我覺得唔係一定話真係咁緊張嘅做嘢。如果係同朋友可以有一種好有興趣嘅交流，大家都一樣得益唔少嘅。咁講到呢度呢，我哋又要停一停，去我哋嘅客戶時間。我哋翻嚟之後呢，會繼續訪問我哋今日嘅嘉賓阿 Cliff Whitty。OK， 各位，我哋翻嚟嘅時候再見。
華語電台着數多，
一卡在手冇錯過。
Canadian Chinese Radio Jet to Card Special.
O'Connor Dental Care 全科牙醫服務緊急護理美白種牙箍牙專家，憑質素卡享9折，地址1871號 O'Connor Drive，電話416-759-0895。
For all your dental needs plus savings on denture whitening braces and wisdom tooth extraction, visit O'Connor Dental Care, 1871 O'Connor Drive, Toronto, 416-759-0895.
Tikka 印度美食美味燒雞、傳統咖喱、燒薄餅，食過翻尋味。另有純素食食譜，地址喺6001號14街，電話905-2016-767，質素卡享有85折優惠。
Tikka Indian Delight at 6001 14th Avenue, Markham, 905-201-6767. Jitsu card 15% off.
飛鏢運動除強身健體之餘，仲可訓練頭腦，又可認識新朋友。由 Multicultural Dart Association 主辦嘅飛鏢訓練班現已接受報名，享譽國際嘅 Peter Scott 同飛鏢占士邦親自教導，5堂課程包用具，只需50蚊。報名及查詢電話416-496-9633。
Learn to play darts with Peter Scott and James Bong Faldas at Multicultural Darts Association. 5 sessions, equipment included, only $50. Please call 416-496-9633 for further details.
質素卡申請及查詢電話416-496-9633。華語電台着數多，一卡在手冇錯過。
潮玩飛鏢 All About Darts。
We are back to our show, All About Darts, and we have today again in this segment Bong, our co-host, and Cliff with the guests. So I guess the first thing in order is our darts update, and I'll leave that up to Bong to give everybody a quick update.
The 12th annual Frank Hanlon Memorial Dart Tournament, January 17, Saturday. Registration is at 9 o'clock and the game starts at 10 a.m. Only $10 entry fee. It's a ranked drawn doubles. It's at Royal Canadian Legion Branch 101, 3850 Lakeshore Boulevard West, Browns Line area, Toronto. Proceeds will be donated to charity, hosted by the Etobicoke Pub Dart League.
OK， 第一個要大家知道嘅消息就係第12屆嘅 Frank Hanlon Memorial 紀念Dart Tournament， 即係飛鏢大賽，就係17號禮拜六，亦都係9點鐘至10點鐘開始，10蚊入場，仲有咧係都係響呢個 Royal Canadian Legion 嘅 branch 係響 Lakeshore Boulevard 嗰度嘅。咁所有嘅入場嘅收益都會捐俾慈善，係由呢個 Etobicoke Pub Dart League 佢贊助嘅。
Added British Darts Organization ranking tournaments for the 2015 events. The National Dart Federation of Canada, in anticipation of enhancing world-level darts opportunities to all its members, announced that BDO ranking added to the Indy FC ranked tournaments for the year 2015. The St. John Port City Open in March and 2015 Chris Hatter Memorial in November. This will open up more opportunities for players to receive invites to the Winmau World Masters and it to increase the opportunities to be in the World Professional Championships and the Daily Mirror World Trophy Competition in the Winter Gardens in Blackpool, England, United Kingdom. Qualifying details can be found on the BDO website link directly by clicking the IndyFC website www.indyfc.ca.
OK， 咁呢一個咧就係而家咧就有一個British Darts Organisation 嘅 tournament， 即係 ranking 嘅，咁咧就2015嘅。 咁加拿大嗰個 National Darts Federation 咧就佢咧亦都係參加埋，同埋所有嘅 member 一齊咧就做一個咁樣嘅合作。咁聖 John 咧就喺3月嘅時候，咁亦都係有一個2015嘅紀念賽喺11月嘅。咁而家其實咧係製造到一啲機會俾大家去各位飛鏢嘅玩家去參加，或者係被推薦到呢個 Remote 世界 Master 嗰度。咁亦都有機會俾大家更加去呢個黑池英國 Blackpool 嗰度玩嘅。咁嗰啲大家入選嘅資格咧，又可以響呢個 website3個 WNDFC.ca 嗰度揾到。
Darts Anyone Multicultural Dart Association aims to promote darts as a sport as well as dart players in both soft tip and steel tip darts. For more information about darts training session, please call Darts Mentors at 647-997-0808, 647-712-5222. Darts Champions create champions at Multicultural Darts Association. Please visit us at 650 Highway 7 East, Suite 200A, Richmond Hill, Ontario.
咁當然我哋都要自己講翻自己呢樣嘢，就係話多元文化飛鏢會，佢就係一個本身呢個係即係鼓勵大家同埋催促大家去玩呢個飛鏢運動嘅。咁亦都係有soft tip 即係軟頭同埋硬頭 steel tip 嘅飛鏢嘅。咁如果有啲人想知道我哋嘅資料呢，就可以 call 我哋647-997-0808中文，或者647-712-522英文。咁只有玩得多先至可以成為專家同埋冠軍嘅。如果你嚟我哋個會場嗰度參觀呢，就係喺650號 Highway 7 East 嗰度，就係呢個200號房2樓啦 ，Richmond Hill, Ontario。
Okay, you're still listening to All About Darts, and we are here with Cliff Withy and Bob Moak, and this is Bong, James Bong of Darts.
So James Bong, actually, I'm so used to that name now. So we're back with our guest Cliff here, and Cliff, what can you tell us a little bit more about this connection to Cape Cod and USA? What's the best time to go, that kind of thing?
Well, the best time to go down would be either in the springtime or in the fall. Through the summertime, it's just tourist heaven. It's wall-to-wall people. The traffic's like the Don Valley here at rush hour. So you're really better off going in the spring and the fall. They also have a tournament in the spring on Martha's Vineyard, which is an island just off of Cape Cod. And they also have the Cape Cod Dart Open, which usually falls at the end of September every year. So those are two great tournaments to go to. They're a lot of fun, and you meet a lot of fun people.
係咁Cliff 咧就話其實最好嘅時候落去咧就唔係夏天啦，夏天太過多遊客啦，咁即係真係好墟冚嘅。咁一係咧就係春天啦，一係就秋天落去啦。咁嗰度有兩個系列嘅比賽嘅，有一個叫 Martha's Vineyard， 有個地方係一個島嚟嘅。咁我都去過，好靚嘅喺嗰度。咁嗰度係春天嘅時候有一個比賽，秋天嘅時候亦都喺 Cape Cod 嘅時候有個比賽。咁嗰啲都係好嘅時間落去嘅。And Cliff, so what is a good bunch of places to visit for playing darts while people are going down there, and where can we find all of this nuggets of information that would help our fans to go down there and play darts?
Well, I will give Bong a list of all the places in Cape Cod. Cape Cod is a little expansive, so there are dart bars throughout the Cape. to go and play at. And Bong will post them on his Facebook website.
OK，其實阿 Cliff 話咧，佢話因為其實你去到嗰度咧，有啲 Cape Cod 嘅地方，好多地方都係好貴嘅。咁你都知係遊客區係咪？一定有呢個問題出現嘅。咁但係其實都有好多地方向 outside 即係外邊咧，係有個好好嘅環境同埋設施俾啲飛鏢發燒友啊或者初學嘅去玩嘅。咁同時去旅遊嘅時候，亦都可以咁樣做。咁當然係一個好好嘅方法啦，係咪？或者活動啦。咁但係呢一啲咁嘅地方嘅嘢咧，佢就會交咗俾阿邦去等咗上去我哋嗰個 Facebook 嗰度登記。Our Facebook actually is Multicultural Darts Association on Facebook page. If you get there, I'm sure that Bong in the near future would post a special bulletin to detail what all these good places that Cliff has given us to visit. 我相信將來未久嘅將來咧，阿邦咧就會一定將呢一啲嘢呢啲咁嘅好地方去處咧登記晒喺我哋嗰個 Facebook 嗰度就係 Multicultural Darts Association 嗰個頁嗰度俾大家去欣賞。Okay, is there any more questions you want to ask Cliff Bond before our show literally coming to a close again? Time is running out fast.
When are you going to go back to Cape Cod again, Cliff?
I'm probably going to stop down in Cape Cod in maybe March. I'm going to be taking another holiday down to Florida, and I'm going to stop by Cape Cod and Boston on my way home.
Can I go with you, or you are going with Glenn Rose and Andrew Drummond?
No, this trip is going to be all on my own, just me and my dog.
Are you driving down by any chance?
Yes, I'll be driving down.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, that's about, as I said before, probably 11, 12 hours all the way.
To Cape Cod from Toronto, it's about 10 hours direct driving with one stop. But if you want to take your time, do a leisurely trip, about 12 to 14 hours.
Mm-hmm. And well, that would be quite a trip. There's a lot of nice places on the way, if I remember correctly.
That's true.
And and I remember you get there to Cape Cod and the food, man, oh man, I mean, for those who like to eat food. A little story about my daughter. Actually, she loves lobster. So when we were out in here in Toronto, she would like to eat lobster every now and then. For 6 times in a row, we find it's cheaper down there to buy lobsters and eat in a park or on the beach than go into a restaurant.
Absolutely,
and yeah. And so they cook it and they give it to us, and we ended up, and she said, "Never again, Dad. I had enough," and she stopped eating lobsters for a while. Well, on that note, I want to thank Cliff coming to our show, and let's have Cliff say goodbye to our audience.
Well, thank you for having me, and shoot well. See you all at the Aki.
Okay, Bon, I'm going to now talk to our Chinese audience for a second. That means 就係話阿 Cliff 咧，而家同大家講再見。佢咧就係啱講過，就係話佢3月嘅時候會再落去，咁佢會揸車落去10幾個鐘頭，亦都係將來或者有咩好嘅嘢，佢都會同大家分享嘅，或者響節目裏頭或者其他方面。Okay, so Bon, another hour has passed. Say goodbye to our audience.
Yes, thank you very much to all our radio listeners. Tijuan Feibiu. This is James Bong.
Yeah, 係潮玩飛鏢。OK， 我亦都係你嘅 host Robert Mark。再見各位。
華語電台着數多，
一卡在手冇錯過。
Canadian Chinese Radio Jet Sugar Special.
O'Connor Dental Care 全科牙醫服務、緊急護理、美白種牙、箍牙專家，憑質素卡向9折。地址1871號 O'Connor Drive， 電話416-759-0895。
For all your dental needs plus savings on denture whitening braces and wisdom tooth extraction, Visit O'Connor Dental Care, 1871 O'Connor Drive, Toronto, 416-759-0895.
Tikka 印度美食，美味燒雞、傳統咖喱、燒薄餅，食過翻尋味。另有純素食食譜，地址喺6001號14街，電話905-201-6767。追圖街享有85折優惠。
Tikka Indian Delight at 6001 14th Avenue, Markham, 905-201-6767. Jitso card 15% off.
飛鏢運動除強身健體之餘，仲可訓練頭腦，又可認識新朋友。由 Multicultural Dart Association 主辦嘅飛鏢訓練班現已接受報名，享譽國際嘅 Peter Scott 同飛鏢占士邦親自教導，5堂課程包用具，只需50蚊。報名及查詢電話416-496-9633。
Learn to play darts with Peter Scott and James Bong Faldas at Multicultural Darts Association. 5 sessions, equipment included, only $50. Please call 416-496-9633 for further details.
一早卡申請及查詢電話416-496-9633。華語電台着數吧，一卡制手冇錯過。